Good morning, children. So, today we will learn the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. This poem is written by the poet Leslie Norris. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo in the jungle and back again to the zoo. So, let's read the poem and try to understand it. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. Now, here the poet says that the tiger that is confined in the zoo moves around in the cage under his bright colored skin. He further says that the tiger can take only a few steps because the cage is small and it is not easy for him to move in it. One cannot hear his footsteps because he has very soft feet, like velvet, because of which there is no sound of the tiger's footsteps. The tiger tries to control his anger by quietly walking in the limited area of his cage. He is angry because he is not free. In his quiet rage means he is angry. Now see the literary devices here. The rhyming scheme is ABCB. Now here the tiger has been personified. Tiger's paws are compared with velvet pads. So here it is metaphor. Coming to the second paragraph, he should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. The poet says that if this tiger was free, he would have hid himself behind the long grass near the water body so that he could easily catch a deer in order to have it as its food. Basically, the poet wants to say that the actual life of a tiger is to live in jungle where he could catch its prey and eat, but the tiger in the cage cannot do so. It is confined to the environment of the cage. Here again, let's see, we have alliteration here in the words plump pass. P is repeated. Then enjambment. Enjambment means that the one line continues to the next line without any punctuation marks. Coming to the third paragraph, he should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Now, snarling means warning sound of the tiger. Baring means uncovered, and fangs are the long, sharp teeth of animals. Now, the poet says that if the tiger would have been free, he would have snarled around the houses, roared there, located at the outskirts of the forest. He would terrorize people with his sharp tooth and claws. This would create fear among the people living in the villages. Now, the literary devices here, rhyming scheme again is ABCB, sorry. Then onomatopoeia, using words which denote sound. So the snarling is the onomatopoeia. Assonance, use of vowel sound. Now here see I sound, bearing, his, white, his. Now here I sound is repeated and should around houses. O is a vowel again. So when we have the repetition of vowel sounds, assonance is there. Coming to the next stanza, but he's locked in a concrete cell. Concrete means building made of brick, cement, sand, and water. His strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Now the poet comes to the reality of the tiger that is inside the cage. He says that the tiger is confined in a strong cell, which is made of strong building material. He further says that as the tiger is behind bars, so his ferociousness is also behind the bars. Now he is not that dangerous because he is confined to the cage. He just talks in the cage. He can just walk inside the cage only. He never tries to terrorize the visitors because his power is restricted by the cage. Therefore, he never tries to terrorize the visitors as he cannot attack them. The rhyming scheme here is ABCB. Then again the personification of the tiger. Then repetition of sound E in the words he, locked, concrete and cell. So assonance here. Repetition of consonant sound sir, his, strength, bars. Here consonance is there and the alliteration. Use of sound B at the start of two words behind bars. This letter has been repeated, so alliteration here. Next stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Patrolling means to guard. The poet says that in the night the tiger hears the sounds of the patrolling cars. Patrolling cars are the vehicles of police which are used to guard at night. So, in the night, the tiger hears the sounds of these cars. He then stares at the shining stars with his shining eyes. The poet wants to say that the tiger is sad and as he is confined in the cage, so he cannot do anything. Therefore, he stares at the stars in the night and tries to divert his thoughts towards them. So now the literary devices here, rhyming scheme again, AB, CB. Then enjambment, same way, the same line is continued. Then alliteration, use of sound H in the starting of two words. He hears. Assonance, use of I sound with his brilliant. So I sound is repeated here. I hope you will understand the poem well. Thank you.